All right, so I wanted to talk about these factory Holley carburetors. I picked up these three for like 40 bucks a piece. I started on this one. This had seized secondary throttle shaft. I freed that up. I soaked it in berry mints and scrubbed it a little bit and got it clean. It kind of looked like these. But what these are, they're factory Chrysler Holleys, 4160. You can see the Chrysler linkage, and this one here has that. So yeah, they're essentially 600 Holleys. You can get a rebuild kit for them. They don't have the adjustable float or the sight glass in the side like this one here. There's the adjustable float, the sight window. This is your list 1850. I think this is a list 1850. This is your standard aftermarket Holley. You can see I used a piece of coat hanger to wire the manual choke open. I ran this on my 318 years ago. This carburetor worked really well for what it is. But these are 4160, just like this. So the point is, if you're on a budget, you need a 600 Holley for the street. I guess for your Mopar, look for one of these. So this has a fitting. You can put your Mopar steel fuel line, screws right up in there. I'm not sure if there's a filter in there. Probably an inline. Has this little stop here for the choke. I don't know why, but so this is a list 4749. This comes up as 67 to 69 Mopar 383. Like you might have found this on a Charger, whatever. Anything with a 383, 67 to 69. And the rest of them are different various list numbers. One of it's a 4440, but they're all pretty much 4160 Holleys. So yeah, I've been if I see a cheap carburetor, I pick it up, especially a 600 Holley. If I can rebuild this with this, I will. I looked it up by list number, found the right rebuild kit. It was a Tomco 5165A. If I can get this cleaned up, rebuilt, put it on the car, set the idle, and if I can get the secondaries to open when I wrap the throttle, that's all I pretty much care about. I might have to replace the vacuum diaphragm. I'm thinking because this thing's 55 years old or more. It's either going to work or it's going to be a conversation piece. But 40 bucks for the carb, 40 bucks for a rebuild kit, for like around 100 bucks. If I can get a nice little working 600 Holley out of it, I think that's a deal. Anyway, if anybody knows anything about these, leave some comments about these factory Holleys. Another good thing with these is you can use them for parts. Some guys like to cut the horn off, remove the choke. It's all, you can use this for a guinea pig like that. Yeah, let me know what you think. If you know anything about factory Holleys. Well, I'm thinking about, I don't know if anybody remembers, the 82 to 85 Mustang 5.0 had a factory Holley on it. I forget the list number of that, though. So, yeah, I mean, the factory used these carburetors. I think they removed the adjustments for whatever reason, maybe for emissions at the time. You can adjust the float level in this, but you do it like a regular carburetor. You like bend a little tang to adjust while it's apart. And plus, if you think about it, I imagine even back in the 60s, the dealer didn't want people playing around with their carburetor. The car don't run right. They come into the dealer complaining. And, I mean, the less adjustments that your average guy can mess with, the better for the dealership. That's what I'm trying to say. The only thing I see on this, too, is there's another rod there. I think it's like a vent. between the bowls. There's some little box there. Like there's different stuff on these factory carbs that you won't see on this aftermarket performance one. But anyway, like I said, something to play around with. Shop update. I was blocking on the dart today. It's looking good. I was almost tempted to shoot paint on it, but I'm not ready yet. But it's close. I'm liking it. It's a little humid today too, so summer's about ready to hit. We're getting into July. It'll get really hot. But yeah, so I have a lot of 4160s. That right there in the background is a 650 double pumper I picked up. That's the only 4150 style I have. And I have a 750 vacuum secondary up there sitting on an Edelbrock Torquer. So I got a nice pile of Holleys, a couple Edelbrocks. There's a Carter thermal quad laying around in the garage somewhere. I'm hoping to get these working. And then probably someday I'll just sell them at a swap meet. Like, hey, it's a working carburetor, $100, $125, whatever they're worth. But we'll see how it goes. All right.